This college football picks week 1, part 1 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
This is Coach June Jones, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stuck in the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Hopefully you didn't sound like a robot there. I accidentally hit a button, so you might have sounded like Mr. Roboto.
Tomio Igato, Mr. Roboto.
But we are we're here. Now it feels like we went from kind of live bullets to real live bullets.
Well, week 0 is a good appetizer. Get you warmed up, get the juices flowing. Oh my God, week 0, and let's bring on Colby Dant from the college football experience. Talk a little week 0 recap before we hop in to the official college football picks week 1, part 1. And don't worry, we're getting a lot of the Thursday, Friday games in this episode. Then we have an episode tomorrow.
This is only weekday games.
Yeah, this is just the weekday games. Incredible slate. Colby's making us cover a shit ton of them. What's happening, Colby?
Look, I'm still, I got half chub still from Saturday.
I mean,
do something about that, bro.
Iowa State money line. That was a sweet hit.
It's way more than 4 hours.
Yes, it's and multiple time zones because we were out in Vegas.
And elevation, it could have exploded.
Colby, you're in the wrong business.
You ever take a bag of chips onto a plane? That's a dangerous.
How'd you make it through TSA, Colby?
Sorry, Sean.
Our 12 time zone parlay came in.
Which,
that
by
was
the
sweet.
way, I understand it's 11 time zones.
11 time zones.
Thank you to everyone.
12 sounds cooler. But yeah, and that Hawaii sweat on the field goal was just epic. And my buddy who lives out in Hawaii, and he works for a school, and then he still does like bartending for weddings and events. And I'm like, is the island going crazy? Hawaii won, and they covered the 2.5. He's shove it, CLV nerds. Even though I bet it late at -2.5. And I go, he turns out he's bartended some weddings with this, the YouTube kicker from Japan who is on Hawaii. And I go, next time you see him, tell him I love him. And he goes, he doesn't speak great English, but I will let him know. So, and I might be getting a photo of him next time they work together. So,
signed
really
autograph.
stuff.
Let's go get that for the studio. Get that up on the wall at the studio. Let's go.
That's actually an awesome idea.
I want to sign. Yeah, I'm kicking
Hawaii jersey would look great in the studio.
Just I was even thinking just a wall of signed pictures from kickers.
Well, guys, we got to talk about your NFL coaches coming down to the college ranks because Frank Wright just doesn't understand clock management.
my
Huh?
No. I'm not claiming this guy. I'm not claiming this
He's
guy.
never coached in college.
I'm not claiming this guy. This is some sort of weird temporary. This is like when you're on the fence about being in a spot and you decide to go ahead and rent do the long-term hotel thing, and you realize that no one reasonable ever stays in a long-term hotel. And no, I mean he exposed himself very, very obviously, immediately.
Well, I'm going to throw Andrew Luck in there too, Mr. Ulysses S. Grant up in the booth with the headset on too. Look,
so now he wants to take part in football.
Yeah. 2 things. Stanford leaning in. All right, so you can't. Just hours after I complimented Andrew Luck being back in my life because I love Captain Andrew Luck on X, the Stanford team socials leans into this.
Yeah. Okay.
And they've ruined it now. They've completely ruined the bit. You can't be the bit.
Yeah.
The real Andrew Luck can't be the captain.
No.
And then also fun. Frank Reich was a bad football coach in the NFL for a number of years.
Yeah. He won a Super Bowl though.
You
as
did.
a coach. as a
that
coach?
was Nick Foles. That was our boy Doug Peterson. And yeah, as an OC, not as a head coach. And as soon as he left the Eagles, he had no success. It was completely downhill from there. And we tagged this as a red flag. This Stanford team. What is this going to be? The late Frank Reich hire. This is going to be a disaster. They didn't, and it kind of was for the most part, except for Hawaii. Hawaii completely shitting the bed almost with whatever that guy tried to do the fair catch at the 1 yard line, and they're like, "No, dude, you gotta. What are you doing?" And then they get
out the gate,
strip sack defensive touchdown, and I go, "Oh my god, these fucking idiots are gonna this game." And then the quarterback gets injured. It seems like he's gonna be out for the game.
He's fucking faking. The fuck out of here. Certain plays he's not limping, right? Like Twitter is just too much. How many people are saying, "Oh, we got one of the gutsiest performances I've ever seen"? Like he's goddamn Willis Reed, right? Dude, there were certain moments where he was not, limping. So it's like, which one is it, buddy?
The real thing, to Kramer's point, Frank Reich, all he had to do was run the football. As someone who had a Hawaii ticket as my last leg of the tail of the tape parlay, 16-1 that he gave out on Mason, I go, oh shit, they're just gonna run the ball. And then they had that big pass play to the tight end. The Hawaii sent the house. They got it down to the backup tight end, and I go, oh, they can just bleed the clock from here. They run a boot action. The guy jumps up, knocks it down, catches it. It was crazy.
I watched a small amount of the beginning of this game and then a decent chunk at the end. I missed a good piece of the middle, covering the virtual Kentucky Derby and the other Derby Day festivities. Digital Horses, hit me up if you're interested. It was very clear Stanford was going to be a normal Stanford team in this kind of spot and just lean on their offensive line.
Yeah,
if they just had a 9-minute drive.
If I'm playing Madden with this team, I'm not passing the ball.
They were getting
the ball.
They were getting like 5.5 yards a rush, 9-minute drive,
and then it was stopping the clock.
What? I mean, there's so many things wrong here. Branson, if you watch the game from start to finish, had like 5 interceptable passes that whole game that were most of them dropped by Hawaii or just unaware that the ball was open, right next to where the safety or linebacker was. So it was. How can you be such a smart institution but so dumb? And I'll throw Luck into that thing too because he was on the headset. It's like, what are we doing here, guys? This guy has thrown so many questionable balls, and then the timeout usage. I mean, that was unbelievably horrible.
Well, and then yeah, at least okay, you're probably fucked. They're gonna get this field goal. They're gonna win the game. But at least call the timeout. Save whatever. Maybe you can get a crazy kickoff. Maybe they kick it out of bounds and you get good field position. Whatever it is, save as much time. And Colby, of all people, Frank Reich, the guy that was the quarterback for one of the greatest comebacks of all time, where clock management was pivotal there. It's insane. But college football officially back. It felt good. Great sweats.
Well, that's what we're reminded of, right? We're two things we always get kicked in the face with. One, young kids make mistakes, and two, college coaches don't give a fuck about learning time management. And we saw it in the first game too.
He's a pro coach, buddy. He's a pro coach. All right, that doesn't work. That does not work here. He's never coached in college football
right now.
All right,
time management is a college coach problem. There are some problems in the NFL level too, but much more at the college level. And we even saw it in the first game. We're sitting on we had a disastrous travel experience back from Vegas for our little 45-minute flight.
Oh, yeah.
But we're on the plane the first time, and Sean's sitting behind me. We're watching the game in Ireland.
Just imagine you're in a 1-hour delay, and there's a guy with noise canceling headphones going, "Fuck yeah, Iowa State!" Just while we're sitting on the tarmac.
At the end of the game, when they go in to it turns up not score that touchdown, but score that touchdown, Sean's like, "Yes," and it's like, no. That's the only way that they can possibly lose this game is by scoring down here. Anyway, but great.
Well, I knew there was someone out there sweating the over. And
I had the under, so that was never a doubt. Never a doubt. Hold on. One more thing. Fuck you, FCS. All right, the FCS kickoff. No. The FCS kickoff.
What happened?
The FCS kickoff game in Montgomery, Alabama, and I know the Bills fan in the chat's talking about this. All right, UC Davis Mercer. UC Davis was up 23-3, and Mercer had scored 14 unanswered or 13 unanswered, and just blocked a kick and had the ball at the UC Davis 48 or something like that. And for 7 minutes left, you played 53 minutes and change, and lightning hits the area, and you cancel this game completely like it never existed. You couldn't play this the next morning. You could this is ridiculous. This is a game with 2 top 15 teams. Major implications as far as seeding in the FCS playoffs. Absolutely ridiculous for the fans, anyone that went to the game, anyone that watched the game, for the fucking players, for the coaches. You find a way to finish that fucking 7 minutes. If it's the next day, it's the next day. Pathetic.
Basically book burning. Here's what I would say. I think the rule probably, do we know what the FCS rule is for how many minutes you need for a completed game?
I just Googled it and it looks canceled. So I think it's a no game.
No, that's what I mean.
No. That game, I think the schools have to agree, or maybe they couldn't agree. Maybe UC Davis was like, hey, we've been up the whole game. Maybe we call it at 53 minutes, and Mercer saying, fuck you, we got the ball at the 48-yard line. Yeah. We scored 2 unanswered scores, right? But either way, I just think that's ridiculous. I remember the Cyhawk game, Iowa State, 4 or 5 years ago, and I lost on this because I had Iowa State. They were dominating the game, and then you had a 20-hour lightning delay, and they play it at midnight, and Iowa ends up winning the game, right? I was furious because I had Iowa State, but still, everyone deserves a result in any type of sport. That's why, any sport that has ties is garbage, right? You deserve a result as a fan, as a bettor, as a player, as a coach. This is nonsense.
Also, since when did we start calling football games early? It's football.
Yeah, it's lightning. It goes away. Come on, let's wait it out. What else? It's crazy. And also, if you bet on it too, you got to be pissed off because most places you need 55 minutes. So that was you get a couple more minutes of action and you might have been able to cash it. So annoying there to say the least.
Colby, close your ears, but I'm going to guess that the data would suggest that probably slightly more dangerous to play football than to stand outside in a lightning storm.
Okay.
Yeah, they're grounded to grass. What
are the?
It's not my fault they put the helmet communications in there.
Oh, that is true.
It's surrounded.
It's a little
by
bit of an antenna you're walking around with.
Fucking that's Connor Stallions. That was the downside of the Connor Stallions
football
thing.
Stadium with massive metal poles directed up. You're surrounded with a bunch of things that would, whether it's the plastic of the helmet. There's probably silicone material and
you're fine.
Your cleats.
You can't wait. Look. Come on. What's the longest lightning storm ever?
Give him 20
You can't
minutes,
wait.
It's fine.
You can't wait that long. Come on.
It's really, are you gonna maybe suspend the FCS college football experience for a week to prove
for talking about both those teams? I do. Part of me does appreciate though that both those schools are probably like, no, fuck you. We're not ending this game. We're not ending this game.
Just pick it up the next afternoon.
It's so dumb.
All right, let's get to the actual games because we got a massive slate. Thanks to Colby. Part 1, 17 games. I don't know. Part 2, maybe just as many. But of course, Kramer, we're giving away $1,000 Circa NFL Future with the phrase that pays. Listen to all 32 NFL team previews. Submit your phrase now. We will be drawing one lucky viewer on the Wednesday Pick Show NFL Week 1 next Wednesday, Ryan. 10 days away. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase. We also launched a $100 NFL Survivor. If you want to take a part in that, winner take all. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Of course, getting down on all the football action, college football and pro. Look at Diego Pavia just ready to unload. Week 1 is here. They got a 50% deposit match up to $1,000 and a $10 casino chip. Go on a heater. mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Easy deposit, easy withdrawal with that sweet cryptocurrency. And of course, Rhythm helping dominate in week 1 college football. Week 0, they've done a great job over the years on the FCS totals in particular. Let's see what some of their best predictions are. Okay, well, kicking around here. Oh yeah, we'll be talking about this game in just a second. Miami of Ohio, Wisconsin. My rhythm model suggests taking the over there on 39.5. My model has it at 42.7 points. Again, go in, build your own models, or just use rhythms for free on the 7-day free trial. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
Sean, you're gonna have to play the breaking news sound effects. We have received our third fax.
Really?
It is completely handwritten. This definitely was passed through an actual fax machine called Office 1559. We know it was sent from Mountain Standard Time. And Sean, in addition to having the phrase correctly written out, there's a message for us.
Oh, really? What?
Thanks for setting up the fax number! ! Fuck the Cowboys forever. Fuck Juan from Walgreens.
Oh,
fuck UFL
yes,
Jeff. Enjoy the bread line. Fuck your previous wireless provider.
Oh wow! So
Shout out
putting
to
everyone
Matt.
in a body bag.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Mint Mobile as well and Matt. Ryan, what is the fax line? Someone just DM me on Instagram.
Okay,
which is pretty.
Do
funny.
I want to read it out on the air?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I feel
how
like,
else would they find it?
because now the robots will. Well, they would go to the forum, but 844
844
592
592
0861.
Okay. All right. Someone just DM'd me asking for it.
We've
on
gotten
Instagram.
3 faxes so far.
Let's go.
How many other major contests do you think are receiving
0
entries via fax?
0.0.
And these were all passed through fax machines, Sean, which is just amazing. I mean, I think technically our printer can fax, but I mean, my God. You want to talk football?
Let's go.
So these games are all on Thursday, the 28th, and Friday, the 29th. First up, and let's Colby was back in the lab, Mr. Bob Ross himself. What was that? Oh, Picasso. That's right.
Yes.
We gotta remember the great names we come up with. Also, great logo selection here as the Boise State Broncos take on the South Florida. I mean, look at this. Is this like it's like a young rock? It's a golden.
Remember the linebackers back in the 80s that would put that pad back up there? Yeah. Get that going.
What was its official? So you're like neck wouldn't.
It was the prevention.
Brian Cox used it a lot in the 90s, but I feel like there would be the actual padding underneath the jersey too.
So when Justin Tuck hurt his neck in the Super Bowl year, that was one of the things, like he was embarrassed to wear a giant neck roll, but then once he started wearing it, he wore it for the rest of his career. So must make you feel stronger. Boise State laying 6.5 here on the road in Tampa, -225 on the money line, +190 for South Florida. 63.5 is the total. Colby, confirm this is a home game or neutral site?
It's a home game, but remember they play 45 minutes from campus. They're getting their stadium built though. Shout out to South Florida getting an on-campus stadium. But this is a little tricky because
well, real quick, so the audience understands. South Florida is playing where?
At Raymond James Stadium, the Buccaneers Stadium.
So they're a college team playing in an NFL stadium. So that you can start right there.
Just because Colby hates that. So
that is terrible. That should never happen.
Will they fire the cannon, or they only allow that for Bucks games?
Dude, have you seen this fucking stadium? There's a goddamn Applebee's at this stadium. You know what I mean? Like this is ridiculous.
Tampa, man. There's probably a strip club too.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Now I will give South Florida some credit. They moved this game up. Classic dickhead move, right? They purposely moved this game up.
Heat and humidity.
Love that. Everyone should lean into their this is why they should have played in the Lightning, because look, you got to use your advantages here. Let's go, right? Like I know that was a neutral game in the FCS, but if you're Mercer, you say just a little bit of Lightning. Let's go. I think for that reason alone, I know Boise's had some success playing, they played at Georgia Southern there outside of Savannah and Statesboro, Georgia last season to open the season. They got Florida State in Tallahassee with Hank Bachmeier in his first ever start. And they should have beat UCF at UCF week 1 a couple years ago. They blew a big lead in a late turnover. So this will be their 4th time kind of in that region of the country to open the season. But I'm still going to take the points here. Boise State's replacing a lot. I do think people are sleeping on Sire Gaines and Malik Sherrod, the running backs they have. But I just think Boise will win, but it'll be a close game because you look at what South Florida, it's year 3 under Alex going to go to the Golesh and Byron Brown. Byron Brown
is pretty good.
Yeah. He's a stud quarterback.
Yeah,
I just feel like they play up tempo too. They're going to go in that fucking heat. Boise, yeah. I don't think you can simulate that.
Well, and hopping in here, I think there was that, Stanford was ground and pound, but they were also wearing those like maroon jerseys. And that last drive when they were running hurry up, you could kind of tell they were gassed. I think that could happen here. I mean, the Brahmas, hopefully they're wearing their white jerseys because it's going to be hot and humid as shit. Byron Brown, like Colby said, good quarterback. And yeah, I think Boise State's going to be fine overall, but I don't know, man. They might South Florida might be live on this game.
Let me just sell this a little bit more. This game is gigantic because think if Boise is the preseason favorite to get to the playoffs from the group of 5. If South Florida beats them, I would say the AAC champ probably will get in over Boise because that's the only head-to-head the conference will have probably. I mean, they'll probably look at some other ones like Air Force and Navy and Air Force and Army and stuff, but this is a pretty huge game. I would say probably one of the bigger ones as far as implications. Some people think South Florida can win the AAC this year. So for the conference right to get to the 12-team playoff, it's a fucking huge game.
Yeah, I like South Florida.
This number's coming a bunch. I'll lay it. Big travel contingent will be coming from Idaho for this.
Oh wow!
They're returning a bunch. They're and I think just in general, you guys are ignoring the fact that the South Florida offense could be complete ass. And so what happens when you play up tempo and you're complete ass?
Byron Brown's a good quarterback though, man.
You get rocked.
He was injured last year, so if you're looking at those numbers from last year, he wasn't there much.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the betting splits are probably on your side.
Yeah, all the squares like Kramer, like Boise State.
More bets, less handle on Boise State. I heard the same people though, talking about how Hawaii is the chalk public play, and I'm on Stanford, so I'm fine to be against those people again.
I also heard those people.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm keeping it flowing.
I was also in Hawaii.
Ohio, Rutgers, 3 p.m. on the West Coast. So this is and yeah, to your point, that 5:30 kick in the first game. I think sunset's not until like 7:45. So sun will be out. We're heading to Piscataway for a 6 p.m. local time kick. Big old game between Ohio and Rutgers. Rutgers laying the big number 15.5, 670 on the money line. Ohio plus 470, 49.5 is the total. Colby found if you're not watching on YouTube, found a Ohio University logo that somehow looks like Goatsy and or Stargate. Who are we? I'm gonna guess Colby's gonna be laying the big number here with Rutgers, but Colby.
No, I'm really not. Surprised the line movement went towards Rutgers though, but Rutgers lost their starting left tackle for the season, which was pretty substantial. And then they have the Greek pellet gun at quarterback, who I've never really thought was very good. And look at the other side of the ball. Ohio won the MAC. Now they did lose their head coach, but Brian Smith, their offensive coordinator, kind of kept everyone there for the most part. Parker Navarro is one of the better quarterbacks in the group of 5. Rushed for over 1,000 yards a season ago. Look, I don't like laying a big number with Rutgers because they're always offensively challenged. Yes, is their defense good? Yes, I'm sure the crowd will be well. They're all going to be there for this because they think Rutgers, Schiano's building this thing. But I just think that's too many fucking points for a super experienced quarterback. And Brian Smith, I think, is I like the hire. As a guy who used to be on Nick Rolovich's staff at Hawaii, I think he's going to be able to be continuing to keep that offense in good shape. So, give me the points with the Bobcats.
I love betting on Rutgers, but the time to bet on Rutgers is when they're a dog or a small favorite. Not when they're a big favorite. They were 2-3 ATS as a home favorite last year. And Ohio might bring a little tempo to this game. I am high on Rutgers overall for the season, or at least higher than their win total, because Schiano is a floor raiser. But that's not, this is Rutgers team isn't built to run up a score against an Ohio team. So I get it. They won the MAC last year, but yeah, I'm on Ohio. I was all over the place.
Yeah,
you got there.
Look, are you just taken back by the kind of goofy idiot comment?
No,
Because we're a
that,
super serious show with the name Pitt Dundee and Company,
chat,
right?
Someone called us a goofy idiot.
White Moses says, "Man, y'all are my favorite pick show because you are kind of goofy idiots, but you are smart and make good picks." So I'm living up to the name. There.
Hey, you get it. He gets it. He gets the show.
That is the brand. Ohio plus 15.5. And Colby's point too, losing the tackle I think is big because Rutgers offensive line was one of their strengths.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how you could to add one thing. Both of these teams very much benefited from starting field position last year, but Rutgers really benefited from it. Rutgers kind of a little fugazi. You never want to lay points with this kind of team. And I think the strength of the defense for Ohio is the run defense. So probably a relatively good matchup for them. Also taking the points. I do think we take the pencil out and we circle this for money line consideration later.
Really?
It's going to be a gross game. Gross games tend to, create weird outcomes. It's early college football, Sean.
It's true.
Also, we can never forget that in the NFL, Greg Schiano played to the last snap. So I don't know what that's worth. Game number 3, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Orlando, Florida, where Jacksonville State taking on UCF. UCF laying 18 minus 1,000 on the money line. Jacksonville State plus 600. 52.5 is the total. Where are we sitting here? Cox or swords?
We kind of have two games that are very like I compare this to a game on Friday where I just think you fly blind.
Cross and swords.
So Jacksonville State won the Conference USA a year ago.
Yeah.
But Rich Rod leaves. Yeah, he leaves for Dub V, takes some players with him. And Charles Kelly comes in, who was on Deion's staff at Colorado as a DC 2 years ago. He's a Gamecock through and through. And he brings in former Rutgers starting quarterback. Speaking of Rutgers quarterbacks, Gavin Wimsatt. Travis Trickett was an interesting OC hire. And then you look at UCF, was it 74 new players on that roster? They named Cam Fancher starting quarterback. We thought it was going to be Taven Jackson. Cam Fancher, notorious for his bitch ass abrupt slides. So I can't take that team. And I will take Jacksonville State to cover this. Look, both teams are complete mystery teams. You have no idea what you're getting here.
Oh, we got Scott Frost back at the bounce house. That's all I need.
Colby, you had the handicap. They lost Rich Rod. They had a shit defense last year. They were carried.
You act like UCF lost Gus Malzahn. He left for Florida State.
Well, that might be a
bring
positive.
Back Scott Frost.
Gus Malzahn still is an enigma. Who I don't know if he makes your team better or not. I'm definitely laying the big number here. Jacksonville State's one of the teams you have to circle. Rich Rod is such a level raiser, and when they were great on offense. This team's going to get rolled. That's my prediction.
I'm with you. I'm on UCF laying the points. Jacksonville State might be really bad.
We don't.
I think UCF might be really bad too. But this game we have the same game on Friday. Different teams, same exact game. We'll talk about that in a minute, but give me Jacksonville State in the points. I don't know what there's too many. It's a big number, man. Like I understand that if this was more like 10, I would be like, give me UCF. I'll take the fact that Jacksonville State, Travis Trickett's offenses historically can score some points.
Wyoming, Akron, again, another one. Little puzzling as to why we're picking it. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Love all these afternoon games.
Well, I mean, puzzling because we like football. I know you guys were flying home during fucking the best week 0 matchup, but on the college football experience, we like football.
I was enjoying it on the beautiful tarmac
and in the smoking lounge at the Vegas airport. We had a nice day of hanging out at the airport,
carrying around CJ's bags.
I can't wait.
Story.
Next show we do with CJ is going to be excellent. Wyoming lays 7 here on the road in Akron. Minus 275 on the money line. Plus 225 for the Zips. Love them in basketball. I can't say the same about their football team all the time. 49.5 is the total. Colby, Wyoming away from home laying points is scary, right?
Well, traditionally, so this one's like this is like a mindfuck game here because you have Wyoming, who you guys asked me a few weeks ago, had anything changed when you go to the media days? And really, I only benedict North Carolina and Wyoming all year, right? Wyoming is one where this is why there's value in going to the media days, where it's like they seem super pissed off more than any other team at Mountain West media days. Like they were like, no, we're not okay with this. We are better than our fucking record last year. So I'm buying some stock in that. They found the right quarterback too. But Akron at the same time, traditionally I like to bet on teams that are dumb as shit. They're not eligible for a bowl game.
They're academically ineligible.
Yeah, which hasn't happened. It hasn't happened in like 10 years or 15 years or something. So
that is usually a good bet on sign.
Yeah, and shout out to the NCAA because nothing like using last year for this year's players. But
yeah, that's also dumb.
Yeah, it's like wait, there's like 30 transfers that have nothing to do with this.
I'm not bowl eligible because the guy couldn't hack it at Akron, and he's now working.
And the
UPS
freshman, the poor freshman coming in. Oh, perfect. I'm taking Wyoming -7. I just think they are pretty pissed off, and I think they're gonna dominate the line of scrimmage here and make a statement. But I'm not a big fan historically of laying points with Wyoming on the road, but this is one where I do think you take in all of last season and what happened. I think it's all about the spot here. I'm laying the 7.
But yeah, so you're going against your like a very strong, long running theory about Wyoming away from home just because you hung out with the coach.
No, the players too. Like they seem super pissed off. They seem super pissed off.
So Colby made some new friends, Sean.
I'm with Colby, or I'm with Kramer in that he raises a red flag about Wyoming as a road favorite. Not something I normally want to play, but I do think this Wyoming team has a little bit of fight in them. Zips under head coach Joe Moorhead haven't had a winning season. You got to go back to 2015, and Wyoming led the nation in third down stops, loaded linebacker core. I think just this Akron team is going to struggle to get their offense going, and that's going to be the difference. It's going to be kind of an ugly game. The total is sitting at 49.5. I like the under. I would go. I have this game 28-14.
Wow.
And look, historically, like when I go to these media days, I like to crack jokes, guys. Right? Normally, we're telling stories about. I ask them about the Royal Rumbles and stuff. Wyoming's whole team, I tried to get them to bite on these jokes. They were like Biff Tannen, but they're all of them were like Biff Tannen to me. So I think they're gonna bitch this little Akron Mac team in Ohio there. But at the same time, I do like taking on a bunch of dumbasses. I traditionally I would like to bet on the dumbass teams. So bit of a rock and a hard place here, but Cowboys get it done.
So you don't think there's a chip on Akron's shoulder for being dumb?
No,
ineligible.
They don't understand the chip on the shoulder. They don't.
What do you mean we're not eligible? Huh?
They don't understand the metaphor of chip on the shoulder.
Is our plane broken?
I think this is a dangerous situation, but I will also lay the points.
Ooh,
Akron's going to be horrible.
Yeah, they're not good.
I wanted this to be a dog opportunity, but it also was. This opened at 9.5 and is one of the quote unquote sharp teams this week, in my opinion. So we're getting the best of the Wyoming number here, guys. East Carolina taking on NC State. Colby will remind you this is a rivalry game being played in.
I am an East Carolina fan
in Raleigh, which means ECU has a chance to storm on the road as they have in the past. NC State laying 14 here. Wow, -600 on the money line. East Carolina +400. 60.5 is the total. And if I pull open my notes from the off season, I have a note here that says we're taking ECU on the money line week 1 when they play NC State. So Colby, are we still aligned in that strategy?
100% because
when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
I do like the smooth jazz.
This is just ridiculous. The
Colby,
jumped up 2 points overnight.
Are we at all worried that NC State is going to have a little revenge game for the Military Bowl? That would be my concern. Are we worried about that?
No, remember when we beat their little bitch ass? They tried to fight us, and then we beat them again, right? And I was at ACC Media Days when Dave Doran opened up the statement, said, "I can't wait till we beat those guys week 1." He sounded like goddamn.
That's what I'm
sounded like a WWF
about.
wrestler, right?
Yeah.
It's a little weird to be focused on ECU, right? Like not even a conference game.
Well, but it is worrisome. I'm with you guys. I like East Carolina and the points. I'm slightly worried about a money line play here, although it is 4-1. Colby, sell me on East Carolina getting it done. The revenge thing has me worried. Now, ECU did finish the season strong, but where are we going here?
Well, and that was an interim head coach. He went 5-1 as an interim head coach. Seems to be a real big players coach. They bring back the quarterback, Caton Hauser, who that was part of why he went 5-1. He switched to Hauser, the Michigan State transfer, and he played really good, including scorching NC State in the bowl game. So he's back. And then you look at NC State, the Pussy Pack. Their DC historically under Dave Doran, they've been a defensive first team. Tony Gibson was his DC for a long time. Very good defensive coordinator. But guess what? He's now the head coach at Marshall. Robert and I, former Mike Leach guy on the offensive side of the ball, no longer there. Breaking in a brand new offensive coordinator, a brand new defensive coordinator, and their best players transferred out. Yes, their starting safeties are one's starting at USC. The other one, where's he at? Ohio State, I think it is, or no, some other school. But anyway, their starting wideout, Concepcion, goes to Texas A&M. They're a bit empty of talent. They're your best guys. Yeah. They took that beat down from ECU and they said, you know what? I don't want to face that team again. So they left, and now we're coming into your little fucking place where we've stormed 3 times. We've stormed that field 3 times. We will do it again. All right. And check your SGPN credit card transactions because we might have me and NC Nick there. All right. It's a steep ticket though, but you got to watch it. Dude, $200 for the cheapest ticket. Yeah. Wow. But I checked. Now that was like a week ago, so maybe it went down. But yeah, if you need a reminder of what ECU does to NC State, look right here.
Oh, and of course we're pulling up the all-time fight video where an East Carolina fan just unloads on a bunch of NC State fans.
Shake his hand.
He won't shake his hand. Oh man! I mean, this dude means business.
He drops the blue short guy 3 different times. I forget how great this video is. Oh, he goes.
The guy keeps coming back for more. Oh, you want a little more?
Oh my! One more time. He gets it one more time.
It's funny getting your ass kicked to smooth jazz.
I am at East Carolina.
I just had to watch that initial punch one more time. Yeah. It's just so good.
The dude's hair just pops.
The blue shorts. Watch him go down. He like knee. Oh, 1. He gets his knee 2. He gets it one more time. Bam. I shouldn't laugh. It's very funny though. I shouldn't laugh.
I sent you another one too. There's a new one out from the past.
Colby's not even on the screen.
Yeah. Check out what I sent you because we got some more gold. Purple gold. You know.
Is this safe for the air? Safe for air?
I think so. Unless this. Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Because this would be the ultimate time to send me something really inappropriate.
Give me some volume going. What's happening? I want the volume.
I got.
Okay.
Colby's getting mad at me.
Oh yeah.
I said I want the volume.
Listen to these lyrics, folks. We got hits.
Kramer.
We got hits.
Yeah. My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate.
What is this?
And I don't back down at all.
I am at East Carolina.
All right. This is. I thought we were getting something a little better.
That's an ECU rap song. You got to play it. It's all themed ECU rap. Come on.
It's.
You
I
can,
mean,
get you can get the extended cut on
yeah,
Colby's show.
we'll put a link in the
Link in the bio.
But
All right, so we're all on ECU.
Was that
plus
you
14.
rapping, Colby?
No,
Okay.
might have been Patty C though. No, dude, this is a money line play. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is these pussies. Come on.
It has been bet up to 14, Sean. So perhaps we're buying back at a great number here.
Great.
And I mean, let's also talk about this. Short of when the North Carolina schools got together and realized ECU was dominating too much at football and sent in that mole, Scotty Montgomery. If you take out those 2 years with Scotty Montgomery, only once since 1990 would NC State have covered this number too. Only once.
Wow.
So
yeah, come on, this will be a game.
Let's go.
So I'm also going to put that next to our other money line options. Ohio being one of them. All right. Next up, 5 p.m. on Thursday. Still on Thursday, Sean. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Buffalo coming to town to take on Minnesota. Minnesota laying a big number here, 18. The kind of, I got to be honest, this is another one. TMZ fan here. Just read the entire Phil Steele mag, but just TMZ fan here. This one stands out to me as a very big number for a Minnesota team. They must be rowing the boat well, like that. What was that Asian dude that went viral in those rowing races for his aura as he did backflipped off the front of it? That must be the row the boat Gophers this year, because they're a minus 1,200 favorite against the Fighting Buffaloes of upstate New York. 7-1 on the money line. 44.5 is the total. I'm gonna tease it, but I think we might have a third money line option here. Colby.
Yeah, I'm kind of baffled by the number too. Like I do think, first off, Minnesota under PJ Fleck has had issues with some of these MAC teams. Bowling Green went in there and won a couple years ago, and that was not like the greatest Bowling Green team. They also lack like the explosive play what Minnesota does. So like I always like that when you're looking for like the dog to potentially win this thing. Buffalo's defense, Pete Lembo, year one, very impressive, and they bring in former 4-star Taquan Roberson at the quarterback spot.
The Bulls defensive. They got Red Murdoch, Deion Crawford. They have some good players on defense, I think. And I saw this stat: they don't lose when it held teams to under 5.2 yards per carry. Now, obviously, some of that's who you're going up against, but I don't know. Is Minnesota to have the horses just pound it down their throat? I think this is going to be a game.
All over this one, man. I don't understand this line. Like, I mean, short of like, unless Roberson's dinged up and stuff, I just think Buffalo will be able to stay in this game. I think I actually think Buffalo's like jump over there before this game kicks, and there's some nice odds for them to win the MAC. They have a very favorable schedule, so load up on all of that.
It's also just basic handicap. It's a 44.5 point college game with an 18-point spread. This isn't Alabama.
With the team with
this
good
isn't
defense.
Nick Saban, Alabama. Playing.
Yeah, it's not like they're an air raid team. They play good defense. Buffalo.
Just too big of a number, too low of and we're gonna have the same scenario here because Wisconsin. I'm guessing you have the wrong team favorite here, Colby. But 6 p.m. on the West Coast, we're heading to Madison, Wisconsin, where Wisconsin is laying 16.5 points against. Oh my goodness! Look at this logo that he found for Miami of Ohio. I mean,
we like to honor the history of Native Americans, not delete them.
I like honoring history. I also you found a very zesty badger. Perhaps that's a honey badger. Doesn't give a fuck. Wisconsin laying 16.5.
I love Ryan's citing of
random
viral videos from like 2005.
I mean, Sean, we have three
I'm
people.
a honey badger.
We have. It's a great video.
Yeah, I know.
We have.
You bring up that goatsy lemon party.
Yeah, I mean, this is we're old guys. I mean, Sean, we have people entering contests via fax.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe I'm a little bit more familiar with our demographic than you.
This is my tub girl special of the week right here.
Tub girl.
Nice work.
Oh, no.
2 girls, 1 cup.
Who likes disgusting act.
Who wants some chocolate stuff? Sir?
Oh, come on.
Miami of Ohio. Yeah, pull over your car. Sorry. 6-1 on the money line. 39.5 is the total. So another extremely low total for college football, paired with a greater than 2 touchdown spread. I guess Colby, is it the same kind of angle here?
Well, I mean, I do think we should consider a MAC parlay with
okay.
Ohio, Buffalo, and Miami, Ohio. But this is the one that I feel the least amount of confident in, because mainly just because Miami, Ohio is just not returning a lot. But they went out in the portal and got Daquan Finn, who was an awesome quarterback in the MAC. So they probably have the better quarterback in this game. But Wisconsin's kind of allegedly shifting their focus back to running the ball more. And to me, Wisconsin can't afford to lose this one. They know how hard their conference schedule is. I think it's, arguably the hardest schedule in the nation. That would be the only hesitation, is that and Camp Randall Stadium, jump around, going fucking insane. But I gotta take the points, because I think Miami, Ohio's they won like 20 games the past 2 years. You saw Wisconsin struggle with Western Michigan last year in the season opener. Miami, Ohio is a much better team than Western Michigan. So I will take the points, but this is the one I trust least out of all three of the MAC ones.
I know teams change so much year to year, but Miami of Ohio also stood out as one of the teams that underperformed greatly in terms of their third and fourth down defense and offense compared to what they were doing EPA per play on first and second down. That generally is something that regresses back. Now, again, teams change a lot in college, so it's not as strong as when you're using that kind of stuff to analyze the NFL. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to co-sign the MAC money line banger here.
Well, and look at how Wisconsin started out last year. Obviously, it's a little different, but 28-14 win against Western Michigan.
That was a closer game than that too, man.
27-13 win over South Dakota. So it's not like early in the year they put away these bad teams. So I think 16.5. I'm with Colby. I'm a little worried Wisconsin, if they're serious about pounding the rock. Maybe this game gets away from Miami. Ohio,
this environment's the toughest of the three. Of the MAC ones. That's why momentum can get you here. Like if Miami, comes out and Wisconsin scores the first score of the game and then Miami throws an interception or something, there's always potential in this building to get fucked up. But I still think they have the better quarterback.
Kramer.
Yeah, I also think just if you blindly wanted to bet the more experienced quarterback early in the season, again, college has changed so much. There's not a lot of good experienced quarterbacks.
No, Daquan Finn. Yeah, he played at Baylor for a while. Wasn't amazing there, but I think he's at least seen this level of competition, and he's looked very good previously in the MAC.
And Wisconsin hired Jeff Grimes, the previous OC of Kansas, and last year. Remember, Kotelnicki was the longtime Kansas OC who left for Penn State last year. Kansas went with Grimes. Kansas offense looked like shit all year. And then they went back to a Kotelnicki guy, and they look great in week one.
Oh my God, Jalen Daniels Heisman is live. Hope you got that paper ticket, Sean. Towson.
Oh, I did.
Towson laying 14 on the road at Norfolk State for the debut. I think it's the debut of Michael Vick. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Is that the right time?
That is the right time. It's on ESPNU. Okay. Yeah,
got it. Got to make sure we're plugged into this one. This number is a unavailable number that will be most likely an opener.
I do love the fact that how many messages I got, because I warned the people that these lines jump, so get your bets in right away. And they saw what happened. Those FCS lines jump, and thankfully, a lot of people got them in early, so we got a few messages thanking us based off that.
What the openers generally come out when, Colby, like Friday morning, or I guess this would come out Wednesday, the day before, basically.
Yeah, normally right. Sometime throughout that day. You get from last year, I would say they were the best they've ever got at releasing those numbers. But once all the other sports start going, college hoops and NBA and NHL, it slows down a little bit. They release it a little later. So, but yeah,
are we taking Vick in his first start?
Well, this is fascinating because Pete Shinnick is a very good head coach, and he came over from West Florida, former Colorado Buffalo offensive lineman back in their heyday in the 80s, and he's done a great job improving them each year. So Towson, I do think, is a team there's value on this year to be a very good team. But the main thing is the amount of talent that Vick has brought in. He hasn't named a starting quarterback yet. He has Israel Carter seems to be the one people think, but he also brought in James Woods the third from Kennesaw State. And I don't believe he has named a starter yet. So we don't really know what there's a lot of unknown, almost like Belichick with how many players have came in. There's just a ton of unknown where we kind of know what we're getting from Towson. But that is a big number. And I did talk to some people that, said that this thing was going to be a sellout down there in Norfolk State. I'll buy into the momentum of that. Give me the points. Towson may win the game, but if it's that lit, I'll buy into getting that many points.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I mean, to me, this is an easy handicap. You have a rock star in Michael Vick coming to coach your team. It's going to bring a ton of juice to the program. Now, maybe this isn't quite, Dion beating TCU year one, but I think they're going to be. I guess I would be really surprised if they totally shit the bed. So with that home crowd, that's my only handicap. Give me Norfolk and 14 points.
Do we have any idea why they're the Spartans?
Don't know.
No, haven't looked into that one.
I know they adopted the name in 1952, but it strikes me as a little interesting choice. Were there a lot of Spartans in the 757?
I don't know.
Back in the day,
Swinging
No, maybe they're just big Demolition Man fans. John Spartan.
perusing around. Sometimes a mascot just stands out as being very interesting, kind of like Nicholls State and their switch from a Civil War commander to a Nazi. A Spartan on the coast of Virginia, a little interesting. Maybe something more ship based. I guess we have.
Why is Cousin Mush saying zero chance for a sellout? Michael Vick is from there, right?
Yeah, I think. If I could explain, I would be very surprised if this is not sold out. This is one of those, like, he's the local hero.
Yeah,
he's like a dude who's come back home, and he's building up like the local program. This will 100% be some kind of party, which is what concerns me. A lot of distractions, a lot of people in town. Your first year doing it, but yeah, of course I'm backing Michael Vick.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Who once, I don't know, maybe I've shared this on the podcast before, maybe I haven't. He did in one of the many conversations we had while on the campus of Blacksburg together. He did once say, "Thanks, Wody."
Thanks, Wody.
After I held the door open for him. So let's pull for Norfolk State on that.
All right, now I've decided.
Nebraska, Cincinnati, heading to Kansas City for a little neutral site McGillicuddy here at Arrowhead, I assume. 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Nice little nightcap. 7-point favorites, Matt Rule and the Patrick Mahomes wannabe kid. Minus 270 on the money line. Cincinnati plus 220. 54.5 is the total. This is when Matt Rule starts to do his thing historically. I think that's why you can be bullish on this team. And the quarterback, I still don't know what I feel about him, but Nebraska does have some horses here. Colby, we're laying it, I assume.
No, I'm going to take the points.
Whoa,
now I will say try to shop around. You can probably find 7.5 out there. But
wow, look at this. Sure, get the best.
I just think Nebraska's defense has a lot of question marks. I think the offense is going to fly, but Cincinnati's offense can fly too. With Sorsby back at the QB spot. I will say a little scared of it being an all Nebraska crowd.
Yeah, that's what swung me.
Cody is going to slide into your DMs and be very disappointed that you mishandicapped the crowd in this one. If you listen to me, you would have known Iowa State was going to dominate the crowd in Ireland. Nebraska is going to dominate the crowd here. Also,
I suspect
Cincinnati. Hold on, Colby. You found the most promiscuous Cincinnati logo I've ever seen. That looks like a guy hanging outside a bar at the end of the night, ready to pick up a girl the old-fashioned way.
No, that's a guy that's been partying in Cincinnati, and he's like, "Man, have you tried the Skyline Chili? Have you tried the Skyline Chili?"
That's Bob Huggins thinking he's in fucking Pittsburgh, but he's in Cincinnati or whatever.
I mean, if this was in Cincinnati, I would like them as a home dog. But the fact that this is going to be a home game and that the Arrowhead could be sold out, this is going to be a really tough spot.
And Sean,
for Cincinnati,
we always like to tell people to alert us to non-ball knowers, but I was watching a major sports betting network and I heard someone refer to this game as a home dog spot for Cincinnati.
Oh, God,
so
come on. No, and shout out to Cincinnati. They did lead the Big 12 in time of possession, which if you want to beat Nebraska, you kind of hold on to the ball, bleed the clock, make Raiola try and do some Patrick Mahomes type shit and cause some turnovers. I just think this game's going to get out of hand for them and Nebraska having the crowd. I'm a big crowd guy and this crowd's going to be lit, Colby. So I'm all over Nebraska.
I just think everyone, and look, including our, we took the Nebraska over, but I just feel like it's a big number for week 1. And I'm surprised Kramer's fading one of the best defensive linemen in the country and Dante Corleone for the Cincinnati Bearcats.
First of all, I'm asking the question. And I do have high hopes for Nebraska. But yeah, I think that I will say this is the first game I'm circling as first time I've heard someone non-ball no and take Cincinnati as a home dog. So, and it might have been
home dog though. What do you talk about home dog?
Well, no, they incorrectly
because
said
they
were
know.
a home dog.
Oh, I got you.
Because they're non-ball knowers. They think Cincinnati's at home. I'm on Nebraska as well.
All right. And speaking of ball knowers, of course, if you know ball, you got to be in the Circa Million, Circus Survivors. Still time to get in. Kramer and I are in Circus Survivor. And so we got 2 entries and we got an entry in Circa Million, picking the games against the spread.
Quick update.
Yes.
Of course, I did entry named Mush Cousin with myself and Cousin Mush is in the chat. But there may have been a bank error in my favor recently off the air, and the wife may be interested in a $1,000 Survivor entry.
Oh, that's awesome.
I pointed out that it would be a great pathway and access to $21 million. Didn't explain that it would probably be a chop pot, but did say there was $21 million.
No, I'm telling you, we should do that. Have one of have our wives do a Survivor entry together. Maybe that's
even more diabolical.
I like that. All right. Hey, there's still time to get in. Entries close Saturday afternoon, September 3rd. Of course, go to footballcontest.com. Use the promo code SGP for and I just realized September 3rd is incorrect. It would be September 6th. Yes, footballcontest.com, promo code SGP, get you $50 off the proxy fees. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere. We're also brought to you by Underdog. Of course, Best Ball Mania happening all summer long, but we also have Pick'em. That's right, Pick'em, higher, lower for college football, for elite.
I got you.
Ball knowers, and he's fired up, ready to go. Colby, what do we like here for college football, higher, lower for some sweet pick'em here? What do you got? What do you got cooking?
East Carolina's quarterback, Caden Hauser. I told you this.
Yeah.
You know, this is a guy that another year in the offense. And what I love about NC State is their defense took major hits. So I will jump in on the over 226.5 passing yards and
higher. 225
yes, sorry about
passing
that.
Yards. It's all right.
And I will take the higher CJ Bailey, sophomore slump for NC State's quarterback, higher on a half of interception right there as he goes against this Pirate defense led by Blake Harrell and company.
I like this. A very East Carolina homer edition of Underdog Pickup. So we got Caden Hauser higher 225.5 passing yards. CJ Bailey higher a half interception. $100 entry returns you $330 over at underdogfantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. Kramer, what do we got?
And we're still off. Kennesaw State, Wake Forest. We now are on to Friday, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Wake Forest laying 18. Kennesaw State. Colby will probably defend them, but they're trash. Minus 1,200 on the money line. Kennesaw State plus 700. 51.5 is the total.
Why would I defend them when they did what they did to their previous coach, ditching the option and going with Jerry Mack? But I will say, this game reminds me a lot of the UCF Jacksonville State game. Not, obviously Wake doesn't get lit like UCF, but Wake has like 75 new players, and same with Kennesaw. So it just is kind of taboo. I think Dexter Williams is starting for Kennesaw State, who's a 6th year quarterback, by the way, 6th year I'll take the points just on that alone. Robbie Ashford getting the start for Wake. It's not a very lit environment. So I don't even know what to expect of Kennesaw, to tell you the truth. Like, I honestly have no idea if they'll be any good this year. I kind of think they won't, but at the same time, it's just a big number for both these teams. Like, this is one where I think the under is in play because they're just so many fucking new faces, all learning new offenses, new defenses in a very short amount of time. So I will take Kennesaw on the points, and I also think people should consider the under in this game.
Yeah, I'm with Colby. Take the experience at quarterback. Give me Kennesaw State plus 18. I don't have a great handle on Wake Forest. 18's a lot. Kramer, what are you doing?
Well, Kennesaw State is going to, like, they were one of the worst teams in college,
but they did beat Liberty. They did beat Liberty.
But Wake Forest was also one of the worst teams. Just none of the numbers.
And people don't appreciate how Dave Clawson is a very good football coach. He's gone. So now you find out how hard that job is without Dave Clawson.
Virginia Tech still finding out that lesson. You got to hold on to the above average to very good. College football hard. I'll take the points. This one will not be a
it's not going to be a lock.
No, I don't think so. If I learned anything, two bad teams playing, no need to get too involved. Like your underplay is probably a good thing, but we're not total guys. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Charlotte, North Carolina. Colby, you going to be at 10 in this one?
No.
App State laying 6.5 against Charlotte. Who was it? The Chargers stayed here because Harbaugh's boys, and they were. He was talking about how great it was to be sleeping in dorms. Charlotte catching sick. There was like
this is at the Panther Stadium though, dude.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
this is not on campus.
Jesus.
Not on campus.
Why?
App State minus 6.5, minus 250 on the money line. Charlotte plus 210. 49.5 is the total. I mean, I guess I don't like. Will the crowd be split? Great logos, by the way.
No, I think App State will be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Charlotte, so like you might just get some locals that are just say, "Hey, we got to rep the local team."
No, but no one cares about Charlotte football compared to App State.
Well, it's somewhat of a brand new program, so like
No.
But
Do you want to remind?
Is that Patty C in the logo?
No, but let's remind people because this is bullshit. They're called the 49ers.
Yeah.
And in this case, they are clearly misrepresenting themselves as hillbillies who went into the gold rush.
Yeah.
But we remember it's not about the gold rush. It's about the year 1949 when the school almost went under and got saved. This is a bullshit logo, Colby. Misrepresenting history.
CLTs are frauds.
I thought you liked history.
49ers were among the worst teams in the nation in completion percentage and struggled in third down conversions. But you know, if they do complete throws, they might be able to get things going. Oh, Luke saying I look like the Charlotte logo. I could see a little bit of that. I got some squirrely eyebrows. Maybe grow the beard out a little bit. I do want a corncob pipe at some point. I think App State smashes them here. Colby, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, first off, we forgot that Charlotte, like, they kind of pulled the plug on Biff Poggi a little early, in my opinion.
Yes.
But so they did hire a good football coach in Tim Albin, but I think it's going to take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, Dahl Loggins, comes in, the former OC of South Carolina. They had a great season a year ago, and he walks into a decent spot. Like App State was underachieving the past couple of years. That's why they fired Clark. But those teams are talented, as you can see. App State's starting quarterback is the starting quarterback at Tennessee this year. So I tend to think there's more talent on that roster than we realize. Also, love the fact he brought in AJ Swan at the quarterback spot. AJ Swan was a guy that I thought played pretty well at Vanderbilt. He transferred after a year at Vanderbilt and backed up Daniels and Nussmeier at LSU. So I don't think that's a knock on his game. I just think, he took a bag of cash to be a backup. I think the guy is one of the better quarterbacks in the Sun Belt coming into the season this year. So I'm going to lay it with App State, and I feel pretty good about it.
Charlotte's been taking money. This is another one. I'll join Colby. I mean, I think this one opened looks like 8.5, bet all the way down to 6.5. I don't know. Steam didn't do all that well, Steam didn't do all that well in the week 0. So let's keep fading it. The sharps don't know. Western Michigan taking on Michigan State in East Lansing. Michigan State laying 20.5 in their annual directional Michigan game to open the season. Minus 1,800 on the money line. 9-1 for Western Michigan. My Broncos 49.5 is the total. You know, I ride or die with my Broncos, which, by the way, better logo than better use of a horse than Wyoming. Also, better use of the color brown.
Great Bronco there. I mean, I look at this Michigan State offense. How can they be? I get it. I get Western Michigan's not great, but Michigan State's offense, how can they be laying 20.5 points against anyone? I struggle to find that case, what they did offensively last year. Colby, what are you doing? I maybe I'm missing it, but what is this offense all of a sudden going to start putting up a ton of points?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you would think Aiden Childs was a huge recruit. He's bound to take a step at some point, but he just has looked too iffy for me to get behind. Now, this is one though that I will not add to the Mac parlay because I don't feel as confident with this one, especially knowing Western Michigan is going to be using the 2 quarterback system, which I don't like. Yeah,
but like Brock, I mean, but they got, how many times did they have over 20 points last year? I'm looking at like 3 times.
Yeah,
I mean, I get they're playing for the most part much higher competition, but still, that's
yeah. Colby's worried about my Broncos. It sounds like.
Well, is it going to be Brock Lowry? Is it going to be Brady Jones? They're going to play both. I don't like that shit. And I'll still take the points because it's a little brother against a Michigan State offense where they weren't very good. But I don't feel amazing about this one.
Kramer.
Oh, I ride or die with my Broncos. Also. Sean, I think we should add this to the. I think maybe we do. We have to talk about some MAC teams.
Yeah. Well, actually, to me, the play. Maybe I'm spoiling, but Buffalo and ECU to win outright. Those are the ones that are jumping out at me.
Oh, interesting.
We can save it for the parlay section.
Remember when Virginia Tech used to schedule East Carolina, Sean? then they paid a bunch of money to not play.
I am an East Carolina fan.
I'll be a Pirates fan this weekend, Kramer.
Good luck.
Thank you.
No, I'm thinking about switching my pick. Tarleton State heading to West Point, New York, to take on Army. Love Army this year. Have a piece of them to win the conference, even though they're missing a little bit from last year on the offensive side of the ball. Minus 19.5, we believe, will be the number here.
We believe,
as Colby said, they move, so get on it. We think about a day before. What's the take here, Colby?
Well, first off, we cashed our lock on Tarleton State minus the points against Portland State as they won 42-0.
Exactly. They played last week, but this is a short week.
Yeah.
Well,
Army is gonna fuck them up.
Well, what's crazy to me is Tarleton traditionally kind of a super pass happy team. They did not pass the ball much against Portland State. They ran the ball. Trey Page, how about this stat line? 15 rushes, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, 11.3 yards a rush. That was surprising. I did not think they were going to be they ran for over 300 yards. I will take the points with Tarleton though, because I'll tell you, I think they kind of kept it vanilla for Army because traditionally I feel like they're much more of a pass first team, and they brought back Victor Gabalis, who was a really good FCS quarterback. He didn't really pass much in this game. So I'll take the points in this matchup, especially because Army bleeds that fucking clock. So I think Tarleton, we talk about this in the FCS, there's about 5 schools that really spend a lot of money. Tarleton's one of them. I think that will keep them in this game. Army could still win this thing. Triple option. But I will say the Patty C trend is in consideration here. Patty C did that deep dive on triple option teams playing Texas air raid schools, and they have fucked them up historically.
Yeah.
But look, 30 days to prep for the option pretty much, because I don't think they were taking Portland State very serious.
I'm taking Army lane. I'm big on Army
real quick,
this year.
Colby, are there any triple option teams in the Big Sky that Tarleton or
no
Tarleton plays?
They're not
frequently?
in the Big Sky though. They're not. UAC but there hasn't really been. I mean, they might have played Kennesaw one year, but no, so I don't think they have a lot of experience with it.
They're not playing triple option all the time. Yeah, then you give me Army. Even though they played last week,
I'll take the points because I think that they spend so much, they should be able to score. They should be able to score on Army.
You don't know that.
Kramer, Georgia Tech, Colorado. This seems
Speaking
like a
of
good
triple
game.
option teams, once upon a time, Georgia Tech ran the triple option. Colby often reminisces. -4.5 against Colorado. 5 p.m. on the West Coast, out in Boulder. +155 for the Buffs. 52.5 is the total. This is a hell of a test for Georgia Tech. I think if you think Georgia Tech's going to be good, this is a game they have to look impressive in, because Colorado, I mean, you're replacing two guys that are barely hanging on to NFL rosters in Shador and Shiloh. Shiloh, I saw, got put on one of the CFL teams interest lists, so that's good after he got cut by the Bucks.
Well, Deion was wearing a Calgary Stampeders hat a couple weeks ago at practice, so
Deion has to realize he fucked up at this point, right?
What do you mean?
With both his kids, like life support in NFL.
Well, what's he supposed to do? I mean, Shiloh never had the fact that Shiloh is hanging around the NFL, and I'm not giving up on Shador because he had one rough preseason game. I still think he's talented, and if he puts in the work, I think he has a chance to be a quarterback in the league.
I was actually surprised Shiloh even made an NFL roster, if I'm being honest.
No, he didn't.
No, that's
Well,
what
I'm saying like, but even they called him.
And Orange Chicken in the chat wants to remind Kramer that Tarleton State is not in the Big Sky.
Yeah, we already talked. You should listen to the podcast. We were discussing that earlier when I made the mistake.
All
right.
But Georgia Tech did win 2 Orange Bowls running the option, and they haven't been back since. Huh. Interesting. But look, these teams are kind of like Colorado, but essentially this is why I think it's a bad matchup for Colorado as a Buff fan. They are shifting to a power rushing attack, and you are taking like one of the best power rushing schools in the nation on. Like, I wish we would have got a different game in before this, because Georgia Tech, Brent Key, former Yellow Jacket offensive lineman, they love to run the ball. If you watch that Georgia game, he called QB power to Haynes King like 30 fucking times. They have Jamal Haynes as well, an awesome running back. So I as much as I love my Buffs, I don't like the matchup for you're trying to shift this identity to a team that's been playing at this identity for a while, for a year or two now. So I will take the Yellow Jackets on the road. But what this jump up to right now? What is it? 4.5?
4.5. This is to me is a bet on sign. When Colby is picking against the Colorado Buffaloes, that's when they show up. Give me the Buffs +4.5. You have Warren Sapp coaching up that defensive line.
Is that good?
I will say this thing was like 2.
Psycho.
This thing was like a 2-point spread. So getting up to 4.5 or something.
Dog elevation week 1.
Yeah.
We saw this with Reno last year. And Colby, when was the last time Georgia Tech had an opening win over an FBS team that wasn't in Ireland?
Well, it's probably since Paul Johnson, if I had to guess. But
Notre Dame, 2007.
Oh, see, that was probably
shout
Paul.
out to college football news. Great nuggets over there. I think Deion, Coach Prime, is a good coach. I'm high on Georgia Tech for the season. Like I got to get my Haynes King Heisman ticket in. I'm not going to be playing Colorado on the money line, but I do think this is like a 3-4 point game. I just don't think Colorado's going to get their ass
All
kicked.
right, you sold me. Let's go.
Sean,
Watch him go down to Buffalo.
Give me the points. Let's go Buffs, baby.
It's 4.5 home point
Sean,
high elevation dog.
You love this Georgia Tech team all off season.
Yeah.
And now they're playing a mediocre to bad team.
Kramer, you shit on Colorado all last year and the year before.
23-20 final. 23-20 final.
And
we cover.
They continue to exceed expectations.
I don't even like Georgia Tech that much. This is another one the Sharps are all on. So congratulations.
The Sharps are on Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1990 national championship right here.
You can just say I'm on Colorado, right? When we're talking Sharps.
No. Not.
I'm very sharp. Look at the tally site record.
Yeah, you know.
I was number 1 according to tally site.
We shouldn't pull down the curtain there. Auburn taking on Baylor. Heading to Waco, Texas, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Friday, -2.5 for Auburn on the road here. -135 on the money line. Baylor +115. 57.5 is the total. Colby, this is a nice little matchup here.
This is Friday. A great game. Well, especially because Everybody's been sucking off Auburn all off season, except Lane Kiffin, who's been shitting. Lane Kiffin, because he was rumored to be the head coach at one point, didn't happen. Yeah. Hugh Strip Club freezes the head coach. He's been calling him out for his golf out. How many times he's golfing in the summer? Because he logs his score on that app. What's that app?
Yeah, just one of those tracking apps.
Yeah. So Kiffin's had some.
Colby, you're the golf guy.
Kiffin's had some fun with that, and then the fact that they've lost some recruits, and I just, to me, Baylor is getting some hype too in the Big 12, and Auburn's got to prove it to me. I don't know how good of a coach Hugh Freeze ever was. If you look back, just because he beat Saban a couple times, and they were buying the shit out of players when other teams couldn't, I just don't know how good of a coach he is. And then you add in all the shit going on behind the scenes. With he's yet to deliver. He can't even use a fucking school phone. You know what I mean? Like it's very
weird. Explain that again.
Well, he had a prostitution ring with his previous phone at Ole Miss. And also he when he was at Liberty, he tweeted a fan that was responding basically some inappropriate stuff in their DMs. So part of the job at Auburn was he cannot use a school phone. They will,
but that should be self-imposed. Like, come on.
Can't use a phone, but hey, we want you in charge of about 120 people. Shout out to that. But meanwhile, you look at Baylor, Sawyer Robertson. Really, he found. This is a guy that kind of struggled previously. Last year, he I thought had a really great season, especially the second half of the season in Jake Spavital's offense. This is year 2 of Spavital's offense there in Waco. I think Baylor. I trust Baylor will. I think Baylor's going to be a good team this year. I have no idea if Auburn's going to be good. I will take Baylor.
How many passing touchdowns does Jackson Arnold have in his career on the road?
Ooh, good nugget. What do you got here?
You should both guess. He's played
6.
2 years, so 1.5 seasons. He's
8.
3.
Oh man,
2. He had 2 last year in the Ole Miss game that they lost. 0 against LSU, 0 on the road against Missouri, and then back in 2023 he had 0 against BYU. Granted, limited time, but he did have 1 against Tulsa, which only had 4 attempts.
Yeah, I just don't understand why Baylor's a dog here. To me, it's just that simple.
I think they're probably just thinking. So Auburn went and spent a shit ton of money in the portal, brought in Eric Singleton, the wideout from Georgia
doesn't
Tech.
Work if you don't have a good coach.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Baylor's kind of a team that is getting a little hype, maybe too much, but I still trust that they're going to be at least a bowl team, so I'll take Baylor here.
I mean, I kind of disagree. This number is probably holding at 2.5 because they're obviously not getting bet enough. This opened at 2.5. So yeah, Auburn shouldn't be. Wrong team favored. First time all year.
No, we said that with Iowa State, right?
I don't think I said that with Iowa State, but that was also a wrong team favorite. And Sean can compliment me, but a well executed reverse jinx early in that game, I'm certain had something to do with it by me. I was really cursing Rocco back early in the game.
I said Hawaii sucks as well. Nice reverse jinx.
Nice work.
When they that strip sack for the touchdown. Not a good.
It's easy to see a tide turn.
2 more. UNLV -10.5 against Sam Houston State, who we liked last week. This game's in Houston, 6:30 on the West Coast.
Not on campus. They're remodeling their stadium, so this is at that filthy MLS stadium in Houston.
Sam Houston State plus 290 this week. 60.5 is the total. What do we make of the UNLV complete dud? Line moves from 24 out to past 31.
Their defense just didn't show up.
They completely no show the first half. They squeak it out against a bad Idaho State team. Colby.
Yeah, and Moneyline Mac gave out the 9-1 there. Idaho State first half moneyline on the college football experience. So, yeah, jump on over there, subscribe.
That's when he decided to show up for the show. Was that, or is that a different time?
Personal day. He's got to celebrate his birthday. Yay!
But how about Man, Sam Houston, they really burned us last week, guys. Did you guys see they're at the half-yard line for a backdoor cover. First down and goal from the half-yard line.
College football.
Well, they when they had that quarterback run, they broke it off.
55-yard run,
God,
Hunter Watson. Yes,
they might win this game outright.
What I did like is I liked how when the coach finished the interview with the sideline reporter, he turned and sprinted like a elementary school kid that had to like take a shit really bad get back to the center. No, to go onto the field, not off the field. He wanted to get back with the guys.
I kind of think the play here is UNLV because everyone thinks they suck. They let this Idaho State team hang around. Now you have Sam Houston State not even at their home, their actual true spot. Like
an hour away too. That's an hour away.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a wake up call for UNLV. I will take the Rebels laying the points there. Ryan, we're going to be in Las Vegas for this game, so I don't want to be. I don't want to be rocking any Sam Houston State gear. And I saw enough out of Sam Houston State last week. You're not taking my money again, Sam Houston State.
So, to me, Hunter
Did you
Watson.
not watch the UNLV game?
But that's also true. But
Idaho State is a bad FCS team.
Yeah. Sam Houston's defense though was really bad.
That's not only was their defense bad. Hunter Watson. Now the stats don't reflect. If you just look at the stat sheet. He did have a great game rushing, right? He had 91 yards rushing and a 55-yard touchdown run. But passing the ball, he was 19 of 30 for 209 with a pick. It was even worse than the stats recommend if you watch the passing attack. Like there were a lot of balls that I think were potentially pick sixes that just didn't work out. I know UNLV's defense looked like shit, but that was mostly the pass defense. I feel like. So I'll back these Rebs too, and I don't think any Sam Houston fans. I'm curious how many will drive that hour to show up to catch the Rebs.
No.
Give me UNLV too. I think people are going to overreact here, and UNLV still has. I actually think I expect them to play Calandria the whole game. That was the problem last week. They kept bouncing back between Orgy and Calandria. Calandria was moving the ball for them.
It's a clear buy low spot. I mean, even the number has been bet down from 13.5 to 10.5. Clear spot. And like Sean said, we are temporary Vegas residents, 1/7 of the time during the football season. So best not to go against the grain. Central Michigan final game taking on San Jose State, a team that I think all of us like. 7:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Is this Sparty number 3? I'd like to know who had the most Spartans, San Jose State, Norfolk State, or Michigan State. -500 on the money line. Central Michigan +360. 50.5 is the total. How about those Chippewas, Colby?
Yeah, well, they're breaking in a new head coach and Matt Drinkle, and he's not running the option, which he's been running at Army for a while. So I'm even more perplexed a little bit. But the quarterback spot, I think he's going with Joey Labas, but I don't know that that's been officially reported yet. If not, it'll be Angel Flores or Marcus Beeman. I know all of them are battling. They got a potential Willie Beeman reference there.
Nice.
But guys, you guys know I'm all over San Jose State. I think they're going to be nasty this year. So
you sold me on them. And Niamataloto talking about that could just be a DUI test. Say Ken Niamataloto's name, and you know whether or not you are.
Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
No, I Colby pointed out how good their lines are, how good he feels about their lines. I think this is a smash spot for them.
And to be clear, they did practice tackling in camp.
They did. That was a government ordinance before.
I'm just checking. He was the coach. What happens on your ship, you're either letting it happen or you're coaching it. So, I'm all over San Jose State too. But I will say, this is a little bit of a pick Dundee legacy game.
Oh, really?
If they come out and look like complete ass, Colby is going to get it in the group chat.
I'm sure. All right.
From you, I'm just predicting the future. Sean not big on accountability.
Sean, no accountability. Green.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how I get to number 1 on tally site. All right, time for a lock, a dog, a bonus lock, tease in there, a little parlay, group parlay. Kramer, this is interesting because there's a bunch of games I like. Selecting the locks, kind of intriguing. What are you doing for your first lock?
All right, so I think when we talked about a couple I was reminded by some a DM that I locked up too many dogs on the final NFL preseason show. He's like, that's not your style. Let's get better. I'm like, good point. San Jose State -12.
Yeah, I like that one. We'll be on air on VSiN during the game.
That'll be a good sweat. Yeah. Lock number 2. I think I'm gonna hop on this massive Buffalo number
18.
Again, we like this maybe to have some fun with in other ways as well. And then lock number 3. Wait, are we doing 3 or 4? 3?
3 works.
Just 2.
2 because
Just
we have part 1.
No, 3. 3.
Okay.
3.
We all right. We have we also have part 2 of week 1 as well.
You worried you're gonna have too many locks?
No, I'm not worried about that. Come in the locks.
I think
my tally site record speaks for itself.
You know what? Give me Nebraska. They have a dominant crowd. Laying 7 here. Dog.
Okay. Yes.
Ooh. The Baylor is taking Baylor a bitch move.
Everyone needs
Give
a
me
small
Baylor.
dog in their life.
Give me Baylor.
Baylor on the money line.
Wrong team's favorite.
Yeah,
Wrong team's favorite.
I'm with you.
Tease. Now pay attention, kids. This is important. UNLV -4.5. And sometimes you got to get crazy with the teases in college. Wyoming -1.
Okay.
Boise -0.5.
-0.5. All right. For me, what am I going to start with here?
Can I make a prediction?
Sure.
I think Colby is gonna. I'm pretty sure Colby is gonna tease Ohio up to 21.5. Making a prediction on Colby's teaser.
You know what? In honor of Colby, East Carolina +14 as a lock.
I'm staying away from that.
For my other lock, I think my other lock, I'm going to take Baylor +2.5. Another lock, San Jose State -12. My dog, I do like Buffalo. That is a big dog. I'm going to say kind of like the humidity handicap of South Florida and them moving that game up. I'm going to take South Florida on the money line Thursday night, hot and sticky in Florida.
Good luck.
Stay tuned for the parlay on maybe some bigger dogs here.
Baiting my tease.
I like Nebraska as well. I'll go tease Nebraska down to 1.
Yeah.
I'll tease Army down to 13.5.
Ooh, dangerous.
Teasing. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna go app -0.5. I don't need to tease service academies. That's a bad.
I don't think you get much value when you tease this service.
And Wyoming to win at -1. That's a fun card. Colby, what do you got?
Let's lock up App State to get it done against the Clit. Also lock up San Jose State -12 against Central Michigan. The dog is the school, you might have heard of them.
Colby, just blowing out everyone's ears.
Yeah,
trash music.
Bonus lock, Colby.
Just do ECU across the board. Who are we kidding? ECU bonus lock. The dog is ECU. Fucking put him in the teaser too.
ECU
give me
20.
20.
Right.
Give me Tarleton State +25.5, and give me App.
Tarleton State +25.5,
and give me App to win that thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna
-0.5.
Sean, right. If you could officially switch my ECU pick to NC State.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, because of Colby making fun of Virginia Tech.
No, this is just crazy.
Okay.
Ignore everything I said. Lay the points. My God, Colby's lost his mind. And I also remembered I also accidentally bet on NC State to win the ACC. If you remember, so
that was funny.
Got something to go there too.
All right, for group parlay. Well, Kramer, I want to give out Buffalo and East Carolina.
Do whatever you want.
Okay, that's the Sean parlay is Buffalo on the money line, ECU money line parlay.
Oh yeah, I'll co-sign that. That's for Thursday. We should do another one for Friday, Sean.
Okay, what's jumping at you Friday?
Well, we're both on Baylor, correct?
Yes.
We're both on either Colorado or Western Michigan, correct?
Yes.
Dealer's choice, buddy.
Why don't we do Baylor? How about this? Baylor money line with Western Michigan and the points.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know if they went outright. Kramer, do you want to give out a parlay?
Are you guys done?
Yes.
Yes, I will give out a parlay.
Okay.
One, as we discussed, I'm going to take Buffalo, Miami of Ohio, and Western Michigan.
Buffalo, Miami, Western Michigan.
So what? He's not going against his Jersey boys. He could have added Ohio in there.
No, I'm not adding Ohio. They're not in the month.
That's what I'm saying.
Spread. That's going to be a spread parlay.
Okay.
The MAC gets it done.
All right. Anything else?
And then I will also. What just happened? Baylor. I like Baylor.
Yeah, I like that money line.
I like your. I'll join you on the Western Michigan, but I have another variation. We're gonna do Baylor and Nebraska.
So Baylor plus 2.5, or
Baylor plus 2.5, and
Okay.
Nebraska laying the points. All spread parlays to start the season.
but then do you also like Baylor money line?
Yeah, I'll do that one as well with the Western Michigan with
Okay.
you guys. Sure, but you know the 2.5.
Bunch of parlays kicking around. Get in the sheets over on Patreon. We do 7-day free trials for those as well. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. We got part 2 of week 1 tomorrow evening. We got more NFL division previews. You can check out the college football experience. They're trying to put out 136 team previews. We'll see if they get it done. I certainly hope they do. And we got good time. Hit us up on Spotify, answering all the questions, comments over there. And of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase to get in the phrase that pays for a chance to win $1,000 circa future. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
for Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
I didn't want to say this earlier, but I asked AI for one best bet for the slate we're picking. It selected NC State.
Kramer, let it ride.
I want better fucking execution.
I